Well, hello interwebs. This is my first video as a future internet gun expert, and I want to talk to you today about a little project I started on this drop leg holster. I think this is an Eagle Industries. I picked it up for $60 at the local Army Surplus, and I'll tell you what, I'm really excited about it. I was looking for an outside the waistband holster for my M&P 40. I picked up a light for it and signed up for a class to learn how to use it, tactically and efficiently. But all I had was my inside the waistband holster, which I carry appendix style, which didn't accommodate a light. I figured I could stuff the thing in a cargo pocket between drills, but that's not exactly safe or smart. So I started shopping around for a holster. Now I have a guy here in Colorado Springs. His name's Garrett. He is the owner and craftsman at SoCo Kydex. I would check that out. That's SoCo, as in Southern Colorado. He does a really great job, and he's been, in terms of customer service, he's been absolutely phenomenal. If you need Kydex and you're in the region, I would definitely look him up. Back to this though. I have to give you a little background into other outside the waistband holsters that I have tried. I have a full-size 1911, which I carried outside the waistband for a while. And I had the same problem with every single one of my holsters, and that was having a short torso like I do. My draw stroke, I have to pull very, very high up into my armpit. And while a shorter draw stroke is technically faster, me pulling it into my armpit jacks me into all these weird positions, and then I got a flag, and it's just hard to do it well and safely and quickly. And so, shopping for an outside the waistband holster for my M&P, I knew that I wanted something that I could get lower so that I could draw more naturally and get it out of the way of any gear if I had to. Now, if you want a really good explanation of why to get a drop rig holster and how to wear it, just do a YouTube search for drop leg rigs and Travis Haley. Travis Haley does a great little video on why to get one and how to wear one, and common mistakes that people make while they're wearing them. So I'm not going to get too into that. Back to this holster. Done a little bit of my research. The only piece of advice I did not follow was getting a Kydex rig and not going with the soft rig. The reason I went with the soft rig is I decided that it was better for me as a starving college student to spend money on one holster that would accommodate all of my handguns. It comes apart very nicely. It's very modular. And you can adjust it to the width of your handgun as well as not so much the length. The length is actually where I ran into trouble, and you'll notice I've made a 10-cent modification here. There's a little metal bar that has a rubber sleeve around it, some kind of synthetic sleeve, that stops the barrel of the gun, makes contact with the muzzle. And that's what keeps it from falling through the bottom of the holster, besides this flap of nylon on the bottom. Without the duct tape on it, it sits about here. And the problem I ran into was this retention strap was not making contact with the back of my M&P because it has a slightly shorter barrel. So rather than taking the holster back or going out and buying a new holster, I decided to MacGyver it with 10 cents of duct tape. Fortunately, this spins, so it was really easy to apply. And now I have a great holster that will accommodate both my handguns. But again, the important part here was that this thumb brake snugged the slide of the handgun really well. Before I had thought of this, I actually had moved the whole thumb brake onto the back strap of the handgun, which was okay, it worked, but it got in the way of my grip as I was drawing, so if I went quickly, I wound up trying to pull the holster with it, which of course throws you off and becomes a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together and put it on for you guys. A little tactical porn session. And again, this is the only thing that's, you know, kind of a bummer about these soft rigs, is all the soft parts. Now I just need to make sure that it's snug so that the gun doesn't wobble back and forth. Make sure it's lined up. There we go. Snap the thumb brake. Aha! Now see, this is the problem I was having. What I didn't do this time was ensure that that first flap was tight on the gun. So, reset that, undo the thumb brake, readjust the handgun for angle. That's better. Much better. Okay. Now I'm going to tighten it even more. Woo! Ta-da! Much better. Alright, one more time. Bear with me, guys. I know this is a little tedious. I've been screwing around with it for 4 days to get it figured out for you. And that's the thing that, you know, the guy that I bought it from told me. You gotta tinker with it a little bit to get it just right. It's not gonna be exactly right for you right away off the shelf. Super. Okay, well, tip this up a little bit. This is a Viking Tactical Rigger's belt, which I love. I bought it a size larger than I would normally wear because I wanted the extra adjustability. I wound up having to modify it a little bit to fit me perfectly. A little technique to doing this bottom strap too, like so. And there you have it. Now again, I wanted something that I could get that natural draw with. I usually would have my 1911 up here. This is where the handle would be. And you can see that's kind of a hard draw when you have a 5-inch handgun to clear. See if I can do this slowly and safely. So there you have it. $60 holster for 2 guns, 10-cent fix. And it's actually pretty darn smooth on the draw. And it's so comfortable I've actually forgotten I was wearing it walking into a couple businesses, which hasn't been a problem yet. Probably ought not tempt fate more than I have to. But there you have it.